in Michigan, the NFL, and how one Midwestern boy turned into a real-life Hollywood actor. Elliott?
I was like, wait, are we live?
Yeah.
Kind of.
He's testing.
Hey, Ian, what's Luke's deal? Why doesn't he follow me on Instagram? What the hell? No.
Who, Luke Rockhold? Oh.
We were at the gym and the, well, you were saying how your friends are fans. One of the receptionists at,
You can keep on chatting.
one of the receptionists told Luke at the gym in Florida, was like, why don't you follow me on Instagram? He's like, because I don't really do it. So then he followed her. I don't know if he still does, but I just thought it was
And then
funny.
went
Like,
I don't think
Yeah,
I don't think
probably.
he's that into social media. I don't know.
Maybe he has someone that does.
He has almost
if
a
it
million-
comes up, I'll tell you a story.
Oh, dude.
I'll tell you a story.
Hey, Axl Rose. So glad you could join us.
Is that you want this?
Guy's prima donna over
You
here.
wanna swing
It's like
your
waiting-
mic over
Waiting
here?
for Guns
Yeah.
N'
Do
Roses.
you want a different seat? Are you good there? Is everything? No?
I'm gonna have to hold this. You're not gonna have to
Sorry.
hold it.
Yeah.
You can actually drop that a little lower,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna just flip it up.
Testing.
I wanna ride.
There we
Oh,
go.
shit.
That's gonna be said about 6 times during this interview.
Yeah.
We have. I'll move this.
I told Elliot,
Right.
no Brock blocking.
No.
This is my vacation.
That's
Yeah.
it, dude.
No Brock blocking.
Which one of you guys is older?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
How?
many,
I got
Yeah.
the raise.
how many years?
5.
5.
Oh.
So if I'm
4
how
and
old
a
are you?
half if you're getting technical.
33.
So you're
Me
38
too.
and I'm 47.
2011, 07.
33. Is that Larry Bird?
7-11.
Yeah.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird, legendary. The Hick from French.
How's everything look, Smarty? Do you want to keep that there though?
I mean, no.
It's bothering you guys?
What?
The bottle.
No.
Fuck.
I said we
Wait,
pop
are
that
we
bait.
advertising for these
I
guys?
do want to.
They
Yeah.
sent him some
He
bottles.
sent me 6 bottles. I mean, look at it. It's got like weird little.
Dude, it's got
It's
your
like Goldschlager.
Dude,
What's
it's-
that?
oh, I
What's
was
that?
thinking
it's got
Soul
your
Body.
Yes,
saying on it.
yes.
Live life all in.
dude.
You're all in every time.
Live life all in.
Right.
24 karat rose. Live life all in. Thank you, Clint. To you. This is gonna be so fucking funny.
Lodi, California.
It's just gonna be ball breaking. I mean, this little fucking corner,
I'm a little
Barney's.
tipsy on it.
God.
Nerds.
Hey, there's Zach. Oh wait, how do you know Zach? I saw on your Instagram. Do you work out at Unbreakable?
Oh, that was him?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
What, Zach from here?
I was at the nice guy. He was from Ohio. I'm
Okay,
from Ohio,
yeah, he's
and
a
we
huge
started
Bengals
chatting,
fan.
And he's like, you should come up to this MVP group that we do.
Oh, yeah.
athletes
On
and-
Wednesdays.
yeah.
Did you
So
go?
I started going. Yeah, I've gone.
I work
haven't
out
gone
at
since I've been
Unbreakable.
back. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So.
I always
talk
wanted to
about-
do it. In fact, I need to reconnect with him because I was like, look, man, I can't afford to be in this gym, but I would like to work out here. He said, we'll work out at the
Yeah,
You're part
I-
of MVP. Like, we'll figure
I
something
have a
out.
little
I was
homie
like,
hooked up, so
yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've been going to MVP
Yeah,
for
you should
Ready to
go.
rock?
3 years probably.
Would you hand me a beer there, Lovey?
Of course. From the Bader bucket.
Gosh.
So we're doing it live.
It's a great fucking workout. I love it there.
I do love that.
Just
Yeah,
know,
it's amazing.
zero pressure. If there's anything you say that you want to edit it out, get edited out. Just enjoy your vacation, dude.
No, that-
Dude,
you
Brock,
bleep those.
I want to rock's motto is, I'm here for the day, get out of my way.
It would be great if I was just saying something totally normal, just like this, but he bleeps every other word.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Like, what the hell was he saying?
Guys,
But they bleeped it because they said
cut that.
shit.
Could not cut that.
I
can't
know.
cut it out. Tell me when you're ready to go. I'll give this great introduction. All right, this is episode 3 of Name Drop, coming to you from the office. It's Barney's Beanery. Clint, I want to thank you for giving us this bottle of rosé. It's 24 karat rosé, and it says "Live life all in." We're gonna pop this baby later. These are unprecedented times because the Eagles are 6-0. The Philadelphia Phillies came back last night to take Game 1. So we're shooting this podcast today because I'm going to go back to Philadelphia. I'm going to Game 5. I think they're going to take it, and then I'm going to the Breeders' Cup.
Grease the poles. Bader's gonna be on.
Grease my pole. Wait a second. That brings me to the Mealer brothers. So, greasing each other's poles. I got Brock, I want to rock Mealer, and Elliott Mealer. These are Midwestern boys, big
Love
Hastings,
it.
as you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Football players. This guy, football player, turned into real-life Hollywood actor. We're going to get into it, guys. Say hi. Come on, let's get cooking.
It's good to be here. Good to be here. Let Brock go. Let Brock go.
Oh, I'm thrilled to be here. I'm on vacation and loving every second. of it.
Flew
I
in
just
this
flew in
morning.
yeah.
Love it.
My,
Just
and
got
your arms
everything.
must be tired.
Yeah, I use that. I was in a wheelchair for 5 years, and I used that at one of my speeches.
Oh, yeah?
Crickets. I'm like, come on, that's great. Like I just rode in here, they did nothing. But no, I love being out here. Love seeing Elliott. Love hanging out with you,
I
Tim.
told him we had to come straight to Barney's. I'm coming to LAX, picking you up, going straight to Barney's.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
no
love it.
rest. I was up at 4:30 this
Told him, get
morning
your
and
mind
just.
right.
Ladies
Full
and
go.
gentlemen, he's here
They
for
were
the
for
day.
sure on
Get
your
out of his
flight.
way.
Oh yeah.
But you're here because is it a big game today or not a big game? Michigan Wolverines.
Huge.
Always a big game.
Because it's Michigan State. But are you guys like landslide favorites?
We are, but these guys, they always give us their best game. It's and they're terrible this year.
Terrible.
It makes me even sicker to my
Even-
stomach
yeah.
because they
Crap
always find a way to just screw up our season. And they got nothing to play for other than this. So,
Do you have
Right.
a perfect season right now?
yeah.
So is this the last game of the season or no?
Is it in the
but
big
it's-
house?
It's at the big house,
Oh.
and it's kind of the last stretch here. Like we got to get over this hump, and then it's like I want to say look ahead to Ohio State. but
Whoa. Whoa.
Who just
These
dominated
guys just
Penn
always
State
got the
at the end of
monkey on
this.
their back.
Yeah.
Always are.
You guys are undefeated, right? For those of you listening, the Big House is the home field advantage for the Michigan Wolverines. It holds how many people, Elliot?
110,000.
Oh my God.
Jiminy crickets.
Oh yeah.
Jiminy crickets.
Largest in the country.
Because Brock is here, I'm laying the lumber. I'm laying the 23 points. I'm putting $1,000. You guessed it, on the Michigan Wolverines.
Did you already do this?
I like it.
I love it.
I like it.
All in, baby.
It's a good call.
But
Yeah, live life all in.
What's the spread?
oh, it's minus 23 and a half, I think. Maybe 22 and a half. I'll buy it down. I might buy it down to 19 or make 20 and a half. I think you're going to win by 3 touchdowns.
I thought you told me never move the points.
That's a rule.
Sober or drunk?
I don't
Is that a
remember.
guide or a rule?
I've been tricking myself for years.
Have you had Vader betting lessons?
Oh yeah, we bet the ponies. I don't know anything about the horses, but
We got lucky.
Oh yeah, we've had. Hey,
What was the biggest
we've
score
had
we
some,
had?
we had one in Scottsdale, Arizona. Remember we did like a pick 5 and we did 2 of them. I mean we hit.
Like
We
eight,
hit
8 or
major.
10
I mean, we were celebrating. We were all hugging. Like we all rode with his picks. So he goes, I like this horse.
He
2 pick
knows.
5s.
I
Mega.
remember, but you fired with me. Wadhead, he had cold feet. We all won
He
like
left one of the pick 5s
Yeah.
out. It was the big one with like
oh
$100.
yeah. We won like $8,000 each. Wadhead won 800.
It made it even.
Hear that, Wadhead? We're gonna call you Pee Wee betting.
He was high fiving with us and going, wait a second, what? What did you guys hit?
We're like showing our screen at $8,000. She's like, oh, I only put $10 on it.
It made it even better in a way. The
That
poor
was an
guy.
insane trip. Anyway, I digress.
Yes.
The Breeders' Cup's coming up. So you guys are from Columbus, Ohio?
Toledo.
Near Toledo, yeah.
Only Toledo.
Yeah.
Small town, the cornfields, the whole 9 yards. Just
When you were raised, were you like Michigan fans or Ohio State fans? Like,
Ohio State fans.
How does it shake down?
die hard. You gotta understand, like our grandpa, in Ohio, it's like, it's very serious. You're not allowed to say Michigan. You
Really?
Cross out the M's, all that
You
stuff. And
cross out
it
the
really
M's.
is. It really is something that you are raised with.
Yeah.
And so yeah, fast forward to me getting recruited. He was actually a student at Ohio State. I started getting recruited, and Michigan comes like one of the first schools to reach out to me, and it's like, okay, I'll entertain this. Where's Ohio State at? We'll see, but
Did you do it to like make Ohio State jealous?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I wouldn't quite
Make 'em
say
jealous.
that.
That's so jealous.
But he was getting offers from places, and it
What do
was
you mean?
like,
You
it's
gotta, like-
awesome. Like, go check it out.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
you never thought this would, happen. And
Yeah. Well, the funny thing
check
is, like
'em
my
out.
teammates, they said, "What if Michigan sends you a letter?" I started getting letters in the mail. I go, "I'll rip it up," and they didn't send a letter. They just showed up at my school, and I was like, "So,
Got
University
called
of
down to the
Michigan?"
office,
Yeah, I
right?
got called down to the office.
What, they
It's
didn't
like,
even tell you?
I had no idea. I barely knew I was even being recruited. It was like Miami, Ohio, Bowling Green are offering me, and it was awesome. Then Michigan just shows up at my school, and I'm talking to a coach. It's like
You can't rip up the letter there.
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm wrapping my head around this. So, how old were you? You're a senior in high school?
I was a junior.
So you're a
Started getting
junior.
recruited my junior year.
And you're
yeah.
just perusing the high school, and all of a sudden it's paging Dr. Elliott, paging Dr. Elliott, and you're just wide-eyed. They're like, hey, man, we're thinking about giving you a full ride
Yes.
to Michigan.
Do they say we're thinking about it or like this is it?
No, so I had gotten I had gotten a phone call And my coach just says, "Hey, Miami, Ohio offered you a full ride scholarship." And I was like, I didn't even know I was being recruited. I was like, this is incredible. And then probably 2 weeks later, Michigan shows up at the school, and I didn't know what I was walking into. I'm like, what am I getting called to the office for? And it's my coach, this guy in a business suit, and a full trench coat thing, like real, and literally says, "Hey, Elliott," that my head coach at my high school says, "Hey, Elliott, a coach from Michigan here, Mike DeBoer's here. He's not allowed to speak to you, but I can speak to you." So he goes, "How's Elliott doing?" "Elliott, how are you doing?" "I'm doing pretty good, And he goes, "I'm from the University of Michigan." And he goes, "He's from the University of
Oh
Michigan."
my
And that's how the
God.
whole
Oh my
conversation
God.
went. And
They really did it the whole time. Never
yeah,
broke,
they played it by the book, but we're all standing just like we are, all face to face.
never
and-
broke
and
character.
Stayed in, very business, very business. And they basically just said, "Hey, we're recruiting you," and hey, like. But they showed up at my school, so it's like they didn't offer me then, but that kind of got the
That's
ball
an
rolling.
improv training.
Yeah, right.
But
No,
you were stoked. You didn't care. You're Ohio
I was.
State.
I was stoked. He had the MAC schools that were sending letters, which I was like, that's impressive.
Right.
D1, and I remember when you went on your visit, you called me, and I was studying in my dorm room, and I did kind of was speechless because he said he loved it. He loved Ann Arbor, and I had been
How do
there.
you not?
I had been there for the Ohio State games, and
Right.
and was getting booed and everything else in Ohio
Yeah,
State here.
he used to go up to Michigan games as an
Hello.
Ohio State
Name
fan.
drop.
And,
Bob Stevenson's here, everybody.
Name drop.
He's the star
Name
of
drop.
he's the star of Top Gun 2, and you'll see him in such commercials as Geico, Progressive, and DoorDash.
Bob Solari.
Dennis
That's
Solari,
right.
Dennis Solari, ladies and gentlemen. Dennis Solari.
Uh,
I'm sorry. So you were pumped up. That's cool. You have to be, man. It's a big deal.
I was speechless, but I'm like, they really did. Like, you're not messing with me.
My brother-in-law always used to say to me that if he played at Lycoming, but he's like, if I could have played anywhere D1, he goes, Big House. That's the fucking best place.
yeah.
I mean, that's like the Rolling Stones. You come out in that field, dude, chills. I mean, your adrenaline must just be fucking.
I ask him about it all the time. What's that like? What's
Yeah,
that?
what
You
is that
can't
like?
can't.
What's it like?
It is. It's crazy because the whole thing, and every stadium's got their little quirks and it makes them special. And there's great ones, but you have Michigan Stadium's built into the ground, so when you're walking up, it doesn't look that big. It's like a bowl, and then you get inside and it goes straight to the ground. And there's one tunnel into the field and one tunnel out. Everybody comes and goes from one tunnel, so you're in there with the
That's
visiting
classic.
team, and you got the security keeping you guys separated, and everybody's chirping at each other, and the band. And you can hear the band as you're coming down the tunnel. You hear the band, you hear the crowd, and you can only see a little bit of it, so you just. It's just a buildup that is nuts when you run out to touch the
So
banner.
what's the official visit like though? Like how do they, are they like dropping girls at your dorm? Like what's that? I mean,
This is a
Let's dive right
this
into
is
it.
like 15 years later. You can spill the tea.
Fucking porn star over there.
More or less in a nutshell, what's funny is, and I can speak now as a player seeing it, they never had me take recruits out. I was going home and eating a pizza and watching movies,
They're like,
They
you're no
would-
fun.
But they'd find maybe the Tim
Yes,
Bader of the
yes,
team and say,
yeah.
Tim, we got a big recruit coming
Yep.
in, show him a good time, take
Yep.
him out.
Let's grease our poles.
And and so anyways, they usually pair you up with somebody that knows how to have a good time, how to, take you to a party. And I think they give you, like on my official visit, I think they give you like $150 or something.
Do they really?
To the player to say, hey, this is what's
Go have
allowed by
fun.
the NCAA or whatever. Take this guy out. And, my guy that was taking me out, it's like, all right, here's $10 for a cab. I'm taking you to a house party. After that, it's on you. I'm keeping the rest of the money. And you're like, oh, okay, fine.
Sounds like a
Like,
cool fraternity, right?
Yeah.
Like something.
Took us to Fiji House. Had a
Oh.
great time,
With a
But they
cute chick
basically
there?
send you out. Oh yeah, a lot of good-looking chicks, and it's what you want to make of it on an official visit, I guess. So
But you were hooked. You said you loved it. You
Oh
went-
yeah, I was blown away. And then big difference for me too is like the players, getting to meet players. Like these guys are gonna be my teammates. There is you go to different schools and you get. Like, for example, I went to Michigan State, and I loved the coaches. They were nice guys and everything. For some reason, I just walking around there, it's like, I don't know. Feels like there's a great cloud over this place. That's not for me. I don't like it.
Wow.
Are you just
See?
saying that because you're playing Michigan State today?
Yes.
It came to mind.
Yes,
yeah.
we are. Scott.
It
Fuck
was
you,
the
man.
same thing.
Anything
Yeah.
nice.
Fuck you.
Anything nice about.
Say it, Brock. Fuck you, Michigan State.
I can't.
Come
I
on.
can't.
Come on. No pressure.
I get yelled at
Come
for
on,
those
dude. You're
words.
taking direction. You're an Alex. You're an actor.
He's
man.
keeping it straight.
He's keeping
Oh.
it clean. But listen, you guys
Keeping
are
it classy.
nice Midwestern boys. I have a question for you. When you're playing, I mean, that's a high level of competition. Do you talk shit, or do your actions speak louder than words?
I do not. I did not like to talk shit because I always felt that somebody was they were gonna get you when you weren't ready for it. You just gave him a little extra. If it's a linebacker you're talking to, he's gonna blindside you when you're not looking. Having said that, I did have teammates like, for example, Taylor Lewan. He's left tackle, one of the all-time greats.
Name drop.
One of the all-time greats. He's playing for the Tennessee Titans, and that guy never stopped talking. He never stops
What-
talking.
was he-
It's
was
still
he-
to this day.
Was he cursing or just like, I'm going to beat you, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
I mean, we always used to say he was like Vince Vaughn, Dane Cook. He just would say little like stupid stuff that had nothing to do with football, just like get under the guy's skin, and he's so good that he can back it up. That it's like, but, you know, sometimes you're there, like you can hear him talking, like, hey, like don't set me up for something. here.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's. I've been blocking him too sometimes. He's coming in the mix. I don't want to
Good
figure
thing
that on me.
That's smart, though.
So rage.
Because, I mean, someone could literally blindside you.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean,
well,
you know the Jalen Ramsey story, right? In college,
Give it to me.
he would like DM players' girlfriends and then talk shit on the field.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
another level.
Yeah. Yeah,
a
he
whole
would
new
take it like he's like the ultimate shit talker in the NFL, and he would take it deep. He'd take it personal. He would like look at the roster, find them on Facebook, find them on Instagram, DM them, and then like on the field
Got to
talk
go through
shit.
the photos.
Yes.
That's like
find out.
Jeffrey
Yes.
Dahmer shit.
No, for
That's a
real.
whole nother
Yeah.
fucking level.
Yeah.
I have to think if I had any talent or athleticism, I would talk shit.
I don't doubt that, actually.
That's the thing. It's a type of person. It's
Yeah.
a type of person that does it, and I don't know. It was always comical to me. I feel like to have but at the same time, I'm like, my job's hard enough. I'm trying to stay focused here. I'll let him do that. And I used to have a guy on field goals, even just on PATs. I'd run out there as a left tackle and the left guard. He was a D lineman, so he wasn't normally blocking people. He'd be out there on PATs talking trash. So they'd load up on us. They'd load up on us each time. They'd say, hey, they'd go back to their coach and they'd say, hey, we think we can bust these guys up on the left side. And it was every PAT or field goal you come out, there'd be one more guy stacked over. You're like, God, come on, dude, knock it off, man.
At the end of the game, dude, how sore are you, honestly? Like, football, you fucking just grind it. Like,
It hits you. It hits you a few hours after. I feel like you feel your shoulders and knee. Guys are always falling on the ground and your knees and stuff. And in the game, you're so
You're in
pumped
the
up
moment.
that it's like,
Yeah.
but man, the next day it's even in Michigan they make us get in a pool and jog around just to like help your body with inflammation because you do
For sure.
you do get banged up.
You got pretty lucky, too. Never had too many injuries or.
I was clean, yeah, and I
You're
had
always
many
thinking about
times where somebody would fall into my knee, and I mean it would hurt, and it would do something it wasn't supposed to do, and then I would just be like, I guess everything's okay. I guess I'm not hurt. So, but I always tell people too, as offensive lineman, it was my fingers. Getting, you're hiking the ball and you're getting your thumbs bent back and fingers slammed, even by your own teammates. It just that's the stuff that you don't really think about, I guess, but that's the stuff I think about when I'm like, yeah, I don't miss playing. It was good while it lasted.
Let's see your hands. It's like basketball players, their knuckles are all fucked up.
Yeah, you
Like,
got
how are
pretty
you?
nice-
You're okay?
I had
Okay.
teammates that had crooked,
Yeah.
fingers.
If you look at basketball players,
me,
their
it's my
knuckles are
thumb.
always on
Are
the
you kidding
side.
me,
It's
man?
wild.
This is like Costanza hands. Are you a hand mom?
Maybe that's his
These
calling. Maybe that's
Be
the
careful
calling.
with these babies.
I'm going to call Sears.
Get in the oven mitts.
Yeah, I need the oven mitts.
JC Pennies,
Chauncey,
dude.
bring the oven
Pennies,
mitts
hey,
out.
you get pennies? Jesus.
I'm trying,
Fucking hands of God over
Try
here.
to keep them nice.
All right, take us to the NFL. I know you dabble in the NFL.
Yeah.
You tell us like the difference. And just give it to us.
Yeah, I was with the New Orleans Saints for training camp in 2013, and I think
What are you not saying? What is he not saying?
Started a
No,
movie.
I'm waiting for the name drop.
Okay. Okay.
yeah, no, yeah. So I went down there, did an interview with the Saints. They fly you in, make you feel all special, and meet with the coaches and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. I think the biggest difference I learned was that in college you've got, even if it's a freshman, sophomore, everybody's kind of got their thing. Oh, this guy's more speed than this, and this he's a sophomore, so he's not that strong or whatever. You kind of get a feel for people. In the NFL, I realized real quick, it's like, oh, everybody's huge, everybody's strong, everybody's fast. Even if it's a linebacker that should be, undersized, these guys are bringing the heat every time, and that was the biggest eye opener to me. And then especially being with Drew Brees, these guys
Name drop.
are calling 3 plays in a huddle, and so I'm trying. You're trying to learn the playbook, but you're also once you get in there, it's like they're making they're calling one play, check yellow, this play, check green, this play, break, and then you get up there and you got all this stuff going on, and it's like they see something, hey, check yellow, boop, and they hike the ball. You're like, what was yellow in the huddle? Like you don't have time to think, so it's like very impressive how you just, as I say, it's the cream of the crop. Like it really is the top of the top that can make it at that level.
Football
Any
IQ
position.
and everything.
It just
Yeah.
it blew me away. It was
Who was the
it
coach?
amazing.
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton.
Name drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah, I had a great time down there. I had a great time, and it was a lot of fun. Didn't get hazed too bad. I had to sing Hakuna Matata in front of the whole team, dressed up in all black leggings, all black long sleeve, and a Saints helmet that I had to keep strapped on the entire day with no face mask.
Hakuna Matata.
Me and another guy. Yeah, me and another guy. My
Wonderful
roommate,
phrase.
who ended up actually beating me out, played for the Saints for a few years.
Who's your roommate?
He, Tim Lolito was his name.
Name drop?
Name drop.
Question mark?
But he was great. He dominated. He got his number called from third string injuries and had to start, had to do backup, had to do third string, and dominated. And but that's when I realized, I'm like in my head, I was like, okay, yeah, he's like literally dominating Akeem Hicks, name drop, driving guys down the field, and as a third string guy, as a rookie free agent, so. But it was impressive to me just to be a part of that organization. And
Did you
see
get
how
to
they
enjoy
work
New
and-
Orleans at all?
Probably too much. Probably
It's
too
a
much.
cutthroat business too, right? I've known a couple people in the NFL where it's business.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, if you're going to college, like you said, they'll coddle you a little bit. You're part of the family, let you grow.
Yeah.
But once you get to the NFL, man,
Well, and I feel like
It's
you
like how you
mentioned
can help
that
us.
you have fun, you go hang out and do different. There, it's like you clock out and see ya.
Yeah, that's one thing I always tell people too. It's like in college, you're either in the same dorms or you live together. What are we doing tonight? Or what bar are we going to? All this stuff. And I realized real quick in the NFL, it's like, hey, when's the team getting together? When are we doing stuff? It's like, no, I have a wife and kids at home.
Ah.
I'm going to my wife
So it
and
can be
kids.
lonely.
Yeah, and then so then that narrows it down to basically and that doesn't mean people were pricks.
No,
It's just
they have
got a life.
lives.
I've got a
yeah.
life,
Yeah.
And so then you're with your rookies that you're competing against, and so there's a QB and stuff, and you're hanging with those guys, but you're all competing, and all of a sudden now you're gone. Well, we just became okay. Now our group's the 3 of us. Oh, and now he's gone, and now I know I'm on the. So now it's like you're friends with like a quarterback. You don't know.
I didn't even-
it's just
I didn't even
different
think of
feeling.
those schedules where they have cuts, then they have cuts, then they have that last cut at noon on this day that you have to have.
Yeah, it's like major league. I mean, I was that guy you see on Hard Knocks. It's like, I'm not getting any reps. I'm not getting
Yeah.
reps, and
Yeah.
how do I get more reps? And I'm talking to the coach. It's business. I'm like, hey, I feel like when I'm getting reps, I'm playing pretty well. I'm doing good. I felt good about it, but I go, I'm getting 3 reps in a practice. My roommate is with the 1s, 2s, so it makes it, you're doing good, Elliott. You're doing a good job. And then, you get the phone call, hey,
Come
Coach
down.
Payton wants to meet with you. Come down to the office. And you're
Bring
just
your
like-
book. Yeah.
And even for me, we played a preseason game in Miami, and my roommate Tim, which we all knew, like I said, there was 4 of us. It got down to 4 of us. We knew 1, maybe 2 of us would make it. He scores a touchdown in Miami as a center. Fumble, the fullback doesn't get the handoff, and it pops into his lap. We're like, you son of a bitch. Now you really sealed the deal. You scored touchdowns for the
Yeah.
team? Like,
it's, it's a bag of money. In preseason, if you had an interception, a fumble recovery, a tipped ball, especially if it was a fumble, they would scream it's a bag of money. Because if you recover that fumble, it's the difference.
yeah. And I mean,
Those little intangibles.
he was going to make it already, but I mean, that really sealed the deal. So the next night, we all went out in New Orleans, kind of had one last night. And then the following day, we knew cuts were coming. They basically said, between 11 a.m. and 2, you'll get a phone call. And I got to like 1:30, and I was like,
Yes.
I have a chance. I can't believe it, but I might. And then all of a sudden I get the call, and I'm like, they drive down there. Coach Payton was nice. He's like, everybody's different. I think he got cut 7 times, he said, before he quit. This, that, super nice. And then I walk out, his secretary says, there's a flight at 5 o'clock or noon. I go, Get me on the first one out.
Yeah,
I haven't
get
been
me
back to New
the fuck
Orleans
out.
since. So.
Yeah. Oh, how emotionally involved are you? Like, it's the family.
Oh,
just kinda
very.
sitting
I
there. Yeah.
for a while there, I didn't watch much college football just because it was so stressful watching him
Yeah,
and
yeah,
every game. Like, how are they gonna do? And then especially when he's snapping the ball, it's like you're just sitting there waiting
Every
for every
play.
snap. Then you don't even really watch what happens after. It's like, okay, great snap.
Oh, you
He
scored?
does
Okay,
some
great.
blocking, and I mean, but it was a great time. But I had a few years where I just didn't watch college football as much because it was so stressful. And they had some amazing games. I mean, he had what 4 overtime game with Illinois, but I mean, it was
Oh
just
my God, yeah. We had
they were
some-
exciting. I'm like, so there's no lack of that. But no, I was really involved in it. And I think when you went to the NFL, there was a little bit of sense of relief because he met so many guys that did play offensive line for 5, 6, maybe 7 years, and they're beat to hell. Like you said, I mean, you're sore after a college game, but NFL,
Oh, it's
like you
done.
said, every player is hits that much harder and is that much faster and bigger, and then you take that toll. And even if you're on practice team, then you're really taking the toll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name? Green Bay Packers.
Aaron Rodgers, name drop.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers said the difference between college and NFL is the speed. He goes, I'm an athletic quarterback. I might be able to get around the linebacker. He goes, NFL, dude, you're getting dropped and hit hard. And then he goes, the whole game, that guy that drilled me, I'm fucking watching out for him.
Yeah.
Not only is he going to catch me, he fucking
Yep.
drilled me.
Right.
So I can only imagine. Everyone's an action figure, man.
Yeah.
That's what I laugh at these people that watch professional sports and go, "You fucking suck." I'm like, these
Yeah.
guys are like supreme athletes.
It is always the meme of the guy eating the potato chips on the couch. I'm like, idiot.
Yeah, having
Yeah.
friends.
How could you not catch that?
Yeah, the figure skater slips and
Yeah.
falls. Like, what a moron.
Yeah.
What you fucking doing that for?
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on, dude.
That's,
Uh,
no, it's true. I'm
I
guilty of that too, even though I feel like now, but I just,
yeah.
I always,
Turn it off. Yeah.
I always remember that, even
What
like
are
the
you
Aaron
doing?
Rodgers thing. I remember I was doing a double team in practice, and it was full. We were going full go. And, you look to the backside linebacker who you're responsible for. You and this other guy are responsible. Usually, like in college, the guy's flowing over to make the tackle, and one of us comes off and blocks him. I remember we had this linebacker. I think his name's Curtis Lofton. Anyways, he was a veteran linebacker, and I remember I'm watching him. He doesn't even go to where the ball's going. He just comes right here and drills me. And I swear to God, my left eye felt like it popped out of the socket, went back in. And he was just letting me, and I saw the look in his eye and everything. He was just letting me know, every time you do a double team, I'm going to come drill you for doing it. Like,
Oh
that's
my
what you
God,
get.
dude. See, this is-
You know what I'm saying?
I love
So
hearing this shit.
I'm like, wait, you're supposed to go make the tackle. He's like, somebody else will make the tackle. I'm going to have you thinking every time you do it. And
It could be
so little
coming
things
the
like
next
that.
time.
I was like, all right, I respect that.
Yeah, mercenaries.
And yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on you next time. and
Which
not
in
let
high
you
school we
fly
never
inside.
worried. My mom would be, oh, I don't want him to get hurt. Oh, who's gonna hurt him out there? And I used to try and convince him when I was a sophomore or junior in high school and he's playing in 5th grade. I'm like, just let me put your helmet on and I'll show up and play. 'Cause I'm like, it'd be awesome, have 5 guys on my back and I just run it in, just totally drill. So and no one would know it wasn't me because we weigh the
big,
same.
yeah.
He was already taller than me. But I was like, no, in high school, it's like no one's gonna hurt. But yeah, and then you go to college, it's like, okay, now people are your size.
Yeah.
But for us, it was always we were so much more emotionally involved because after the accident we were in 2007, it almost didn't happen. It was scary thing to think about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big time. I love all these fucking stories, though, man. They pump me up. But now, though, hold on. How do you go from being a supreme athlete to becoming a real life Hollywood actor?
How
Name
to.
drop, Tim Bader.
Fuck yes.
Rule
Yeah.
number 1, right there.
No, I went. I bounced around, played in Canada, arena ball, and I was just trickling down. I couldn't get back into the NFL, and I always wanted to get into acting. I used to go up at Michigan, and I would do impressions of our head coach, and then they'd call me up in front of the team, and then so I'd start doing sketches. I go, well, I'm going to try to do this, coach. He's got a saying that he has. I'd go up, and so that feeling of like. And then I've loved movies and all that my whole life. And so as soon as football got done, I said, I'm going to pass in the Arena League. I'm going into acting school. Did that for a year and a half in Orlando, Florida. And
What acting school in Orlando, Florida?
It's this great lady.
WWE.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean,
With that.
No, there was a lady. There was this lady Yvonne, and she was awesome. She's no longer around now, but she was an actor out in L.A. and then moved to Orlando. And she
But
just
how
wanted.
did you end up in Orlando?
I was training down there, and I was
Okay.
dating a girl from Michigan that was from Orlando. So I went down there to train at Wide World of Sports at Disney. There's
Right.
Tom
Okay.
Shaw. And anyways, once I got done with that, I was living down there. Yeah, Tom Shaw's one of the greats. Tom Brady. Anyways, but he
The ultimate name drop.
name drop. Yes.
Michigan man.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah, you
yeah,
get-
she just had her own little private studio down there. I did it for a year and a half. She goes, "Hey, you got potential at this. Like, I think if you work at it, you could, do something with it." And I said, "All right, I'm moving to LA."
So you didn't? Did you do like the plays in high school? Did you do the plays in high school and all that?
No, I
No.
came out and.
Oh, right. You're a musician,
I've taken classes for 15
Right.
years.
but
Yeah.
like never.
No,
The
no. I mean, as an
musicals,
athlete,
the-
quite honestly,
yeah, that's
like I
true,
probably
that's fine.
secretly wanted to, especially at Michigan. Like they've got an insane
Yeah.
arts program there. But I was always, I'm too busy with football, basketball, whatever. I can't.
I would love to see you like, I'm just wild about Harry. Harry's wild about me. Hey, football practice. I mean, the duality is just
But
unbelievable.
wouldn't that have
It'd
been
be
funny?
great.
That'd
It'd
be
be
incredible.
Great.
Oh, that's
Guys and dolls.
Oh my god.
You see that center? You crushed that song. Some enchanted evening, you will see a stranger.
I regret that I didn't do it. It would have been gold. It would have been gold.
But dude,
So,
we laugh at the podcast name drop. We got put into touch with each other through Mark Verge,
yeah.
and in this city, you have to fucking name drop to get anywhere. Like, someone give me a great analogy. If you go to medical school and you graduate, even if you get C's or D's and do your residency, you're a fucking doctor.
Yep.
Whether you're a good doctor or a bad doctor, you come to Hollywood. You're an actor. Are you an actor? You're hot. You're not. There's no formula out here that will make you successful.
But what did you say earlier? Where you're like, I came to LA to work, not to party,
yeah.
and the
Mark
opposite
Verge.
is what you need to party with Tim Bader.
It was so funny because Mark Verge calls me, says, I'm not an actor, but my buddy's an actor, call Tim Bader. And I've been out here for maybe a month. I'm like, all right, yeah, this is perfect. I call him up, I'm real serious. As soon as he picks up the phone, it's, yeah, acting, it's great. We'll talk about it. Get down to Barney's. We got the ponies on. Phillies are on later. Blah, 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 going nuts. And I'm like, we get off the phone. I go, I didn't come here to party. We probably
yeah, what's
didn't
that have
talk-
to do with acting?
We probably, I was trying to be serious. And about 2 months later, he calls me up. He says,
not
hey,
gonna
meet me
help.
at this party that we're going to. 5 seconds after meeting, we hit it off. We become buds, and the rest has been history. But,
Arts and sciences.
yeah,
That's right.
yep. And so, anyways, yeah, Tim opened up a bunch of doors. Bob Stevenson, all these guys, and a lot of the advice, progress that I've made has been literally from these guys over drinks, just saying, hey, in acting class they said to do this. No, don't do that. Do this, and all these different things. And I didn't know anything else, so I would do it. I would go into auditions and I would take the advice these guys would give me, and it would work. I started booking jobs. It was unbelievable. So yeah.
I mean, the one thing that's a testament to you is it's a competitive city, but if I'm not going to book the job, then I want Shane Blades, Elliott, or Bob Stevenson to book it. But most actors are out here is, if I don't book the job, fucking scorch the earth. Don't have the job. And being from a musical background, I like harmony and cooperation. So I try to help people out. But there's a lot of tedious bullshit to do. Like when he came out here, I'm like, you have to sign up for this website. You have to do this website. You got to get into this class and do that class. He listened to all of that and then went above and beyond and took improv classes. And it's like, that's why it works. I try to help so many guys and girls out here, and they just don't want to put the tedious work into it.
You got to put
but
40 hours at Barney's Beanery. That's
Yes.
a must.
That is the must.
dude, it's
If you don't do
60
that, you're not making it.
You need a Bader
You know
bucket.
what? Way to go. See?
Want a Bader bucket?
Oh,
Yeah.
Bucket.
dude.
I'm good over here. I'm good.
Dude, Miller
Have you
Lights.
seen this? Have you
Yeah,
seen
dude. Miller Latte in the day, Miller Light. How are you not sponsoring me? I drink 30 of these a day. I can fly jet.
this? Can we pop this?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
The 24 karat.
Let me show my LA bartending skills.
Okay, and we'll get some, look at all that lipstick over there.
I know.
But dude, how many commercials have you done now?
I can't tell you, but
Gotta be like over a dozen,
yeah,
easily, right? Like
it's been
12.
it's been quite a few. It's been great.
And our industry is changing a lot because no one watches television, everyone watches phones. But whatever.
I see him all the time on social media.
Is doing a whole new package that
Advertising payments.
I have heard that.
Which is positive. That being said, though,
Not for the consumer, for you guys.
our SAG-AFTRA did not negotiate it
Oh, really?
as well as a prime time commercial. Like if you have a commercial that runs on Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS, you're fucking getting paid.
Which is wild because who watches that?
Exactly. If you have a commercial on cable, you're making a little dough. You get, for instance, ready? Shot a spam commercial.
Not
I
surprised.
made a fortune when it ran on cable and TV. They came back. and said-
Minnesota company.
It's
Minnesota.
it's owned by who?
Hormel.
Hormel.
In,
Yeah, horny
southern
Hormel.
Minnesota.
By the
Good
way,
job.
somebody told me spam. Whoa! Hey! Hey! Let's go Phillies! But they said we want to run spam on the internet, right? And my agent said $25,000 for the year because it's in perpetuity. They
Right.
can run it as much as you want. They came back and said we'll give you $9,000. That's it. Now listen, I'm not complaining. $9,000 is $9,000, but it's like you're using my fucking likeness. I'm hammering that breakfast sandwich. You're
Right.
hammering it all day.
Yeah.
They're gonna run it what a
Wait,
bazillion
wait.
times. So it's a
Can you tell the
Yeah.
story of how you got this job?
spam joke.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
pretty.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
By the way, the greatest director's name of all time, Irv Blitz. Real name.
That's good.
The greatest tabletop
That's a name
director.
drop if I ever heard one.
Oh, do you know what tabletop directing is? It's actually taking the food, the real life product, and making it look as great as it can look. So he had 3 chefs cooking spam, and like when I would fry it, they would put steam. It actually looked fucking amazing. Do you know what I mean? It was this guy's it was artistry. And we're talking about spam. Now listen, I eat anything. I don't care. I'd eat a fucking snail. I don't give a shit. But I wanted to give the guy credit because the commercials are shot beautifully. The food, it's the real product. Like you're seeing, because sometimes
It's not like the ice cream.
I, for
mashed
one, love
potatoes
spam.
like
It's
that.
delicious.
I like-
It's nutritious.
I've actually never
Yeah.
had it.
musubi, musubi, right? That's what they call me in Hawaii. Spam and rice, musubi. It's me, Tim Musubi Banner.
Spam.
Bam, bam, bam. So that's what the commercial was. So I went in and I looked at the camera, like with Brock's the director, and I said, in the morning when I wake up, I like to get a nice Kaiser roll, some cheese, and spam, spam. Book me right there. My list on spam did not get me the job.
That wasn't the button that didn't work.
No, well, dude, here's another name drop. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh yes.
Used to train at a gym with him. Said to me, if you ever are going into an audition and you have to eat or drink something, eat and drink it like you got out of jail and it's the best fucking meal of all time. Because when they were going in spam, people were biting the sandwich and they had a spit bucket, spit it out. Cuba said, I went to a Burger King audition and there was about 1,000 cold Whoppers, right? He said, I walked to that audition. I said, it's the best fucking Whopper ever. Ate it, bit it. Then he even said when he left, can I take one to go? And he booked that job. I did
Yeah.
the same fucking thing.
Can I take
Yeah.
one to go? I love that.
I walked.
advice.
I did the same thing. All I had to do was make a sandwich. First of all, the breakdown is hungover man that would go to Target without a shower.
They booked you on the spot.
Typecast.
Yeah.
So I'm already hungover, and the shirt I have says "Party Animal." Like this, it's. Irv ran out and said, "You've got this job." It was I've never nailed an audition, so all I have to do is make the sandwich, and it's eat it and enjoy it. I make it, eat it, enjoy it. He says, "Cut." I make another one. They start laughing, and then I talk with my mouth full. I fucking dominated. Like I walked out to every other actor's head was like this.
It's over.
And then Herb comes out. He goes, "I
Over.
love the shirt. I'm gonna cast you. What's the fucking greatest?" I was like, "Yes." And spam, you've been good to me. Spam.
Love me some spam.
I still love with Elliott's commercials KFC. That's still
Oh,
my.
yeah.
I mean, He got a great still shot for that, but you don't really see him in like the live TV version that much. But that's a great commercial.
It's about his Geico commercial. Right? That was insanity.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Geico was great, but what I love is hearing about them fighting over the chicken wings at KFC, and then him getting to lift up Colonel Sanders, played by
Sean Astin.
And Sean Astin actually requested that he lift him because he's like, I don't think this guy can lift me. I want
They
him.
had another guy.
I want
and
him
even
to lift
thought that.
me.
They had like a twig, and the guy, and they go,
Rudy-
yeah, that's
Rudy
right.
too.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Rudy
Why
too.
don't you go up there, Elliott? And then that guy was like, damn it. So mad. They're like, we'll put you in the back where we can't see you.
Take the real Hulk-looking guy. Get him over there. He's gonna pick up the Hobbit.
I think it helped that he was eating the KFC off to the side too. Like, hey, this guy loves it. Like, let's
Yeah,
get this guy in there.
They had
All
us
right.
fighting over the
That's where the
different
Midwest
chicken
Midwest
doesn't
comes into
fake it.
play.
Hold on.
Right.
Did you eat on the set KFC food? They have.
They had some, yes, but then like the wings, they were like glazed. We were all fighting over the wings, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!
They
what are you
table
guys doing
directed
here?"
those.
They're like, "We have this glazed with I forget what they were putting on it, glue or so." They had something like rubber cement or something. They were
See?
They were real
Sickening.
chicken wings, but we were all getting our
Sickening.
fingers ready. We're
He's like, I
"Hey,
don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
That's good. I like it.
Well, you remember? I have to bring it up. Colonel Sanders was played by Norm Macdonald.
Oh god.
So my production company, Arts and Sciences, said we bid on a KFC job with Norm. So I go ahead and tell Norm, I go, dude, I think they're gonna bring you back for the Colonel. And like 2 or 3 weeks goes by, he calls me up, Norm. Hey, Bader. No one's called me about this KFC. I think you're full of shit. 2 days later, he calls me and says, hey, you were right. I'm doing a KFC commercial. And I said, well, get me in it. Like, just put me in the background. Like, help me
Walk
out.
by.
He goes, I could try, but I'm just playing the Colonel in a field with a horse.
You can play a horse.
I could have played a horse. But
Yeah.
he was so sweet that he said, I'll bring you to the set. I'll give you $500. Just hang out with me for the day. So I go, I have a great picture of me and Norm. But he says to me, you're not going to believe this, but KFC brings their chicken and has a chef prepare it. And it will be the best fried chicken you ever had in your life. Dude, I ate a fucking pan of it and took a pan of it home.
Can I take one to go?
Dude, I took it to go. I mean, Lori Joe's, then we went to an Italian dinner. And she goes, you smell like fried chicken. I go, because I have it on me.
He's got a
It's
bucket with
11 herbs and spices.
It's real.
Lingering.
It's a real deal, dude. So
All of
KFC.
it. 11
I'm
hours.
telling you, man, I was crushing that chicken. All right, I'm digressing. Tell me one audition that you went into where you knew you nailed it.
I would say that would have to be the. I did a Geico motorcycle commercial where I had to sing "Wild Thing." I didn't know I had to sing until I got there, and they had like the words. Did the audition, got the call back. When I got the call back, and at that point I hadn't really done that kind of an audition where I was like, I gotta go in and sing. I'm not a singer. You get in there and there's 10 people in there, but then I see the director who's coaching me up, and he literally looks exactly like me. He's a big guy. He's got the button up, and oh yeah, this guy's great. Come on, here we go.
That's so
And I just knew I had to let it rip. And all the other people are on their laptops in the corner, and they're like, he's too slow. He's not. We got to get it under time and all this. And I'm like, okay, they're not loving it. But the director's dying laughing. He goes, okay, sure, try it this way now. Do it that way. And I'm like, I think I got this guy. I'm like, I don't have to win them over there. I got to win this guy.
That's the guy.
That is true.
And so, I sang my heart out, acted crazy, and did it. I ended up booking the job, but I felt so good about it. But it was mostly when I saw the director go, you're the guy I got to win over? You and me look exactly alike. Okay, I think I got a shot here,
It's
so,
intoxicating, though. When you're performing and you know you're crushing it,
yeah.
Listen, it's so easy to tank an audition. It's like horse racing. It's only one way you can win the race. It's win the race. It's only one way you can book the job. I was in Rizzolian Isles, an episode where I get pulled over and shit gets beaten out of me, right?
Punchable face.
Very punchable face. Very punchable face. So I read it, and it's a little bit of dialogue, but a lot of it's pretty barbaric, right? So there I am in this room, and I'm like, hey, thanks for pulling over, buddy. I should have taken some classes, shop classes or something. And then I look at the guy, I recognize him, and he beats the shit out of me. Now, violently hungover that morning,
Shocking.
shit my pants, and pissed myself because I didn't have the right jeans on. I did something wrong. I'm not good.
At the audition?
No, before
The
the
night
audition.
before.
It
Okay.
basically-
All right.
It was August too. It was a muggy, stinky August, and I just wasn't functioning right. But I get in there and I look at these beats. I look at these beats and I go, there are 3 beat downs. The initial blow, then I'm on the ground. I roll over. The third one is I put my hand up and I get whacked. I am pot committed. I say, oh wow. The dude hits me. I fly back, stand up, take another whack, put my hand. Everyone at the table stood up at standing ovation. An applause.
Shut up.
They went, he goes, dude, there's 13 beatings. You hit every one of them. And I was like, fuck. Walked out. Every other actor was like, head down.
Over.
Because you could hear the audition.
That's over.
Came
Oh,
right
yeah.
here, got a beer, and I said, there's no fucking way I don't book Rizzoli and Isles. Beer too, they were on. You booked it.
Oh my God.
Nobody can
That's
get their
feeling.
ass beat, Brock, like this fucking
Dude, that's living life all in. And he knows. That's how you know how to do it.
living life.
That's-
How is this stuff?
It's a little sweet for my taste, I'm not going to lie.
Really? Sweetie?
Yeah.
Dude,
There you
A
that's
little sweet.
I
that's
wanna
my,
take a
that's
look.
You
my
like it?
jam.
Go for it. Of course you can.
I have
I'm all about the
Of course you
sweet.
can.
Have a zip.
I'm all about the
There it
sweet.
is.
This 24
Yeah.
karat.
Ooh.
24 karat.
It-
Gotta get
It's
that
a little
gold.
sweet.
yeah, I mean, you
But I
know,
like the gold a lot. That's kind of my thing.
What do you think? I know what's happening.
What's
I'll
your
drink this every time.
Oh,
Every
I
time.
love
Can you
it.
describe how it
Rosé.
tastes?
Yeah.
Is it effervescent?
I have a fruity palate, but it's the aftertaste is very refreshing.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay, a cool morning
I do
breeze
love it.
in the afternoon. I would have to get one of these myself. What are we missing? boys?
What's your
Who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
who's
The
gonna win the
Eagles?
Super Bowl? What's your dream role? Do you have one?
My dream role.
Patrick Swayze. Anything
Dirty
Pat-
Dancing.
Wait, in the new
for-
Roadhouse?
It's coming
Is
out.
that?
Yeah,
Did you?
it's-
He doesn't tell because of your advice. He doesn't tell me what's. He kind of plays it
Did
close.
you get
to
in
the
there?
chest.
Did you get in there? Did you get in
Patrick
there?
Swayze.
This guy would roundhouse kick me.
Yeah.
Did you get in? Huh? Fucking, I had Joel Silver. Joel Silver was gonna put me
You heard
in.
it here
Tim and I,
first,
we're gonna be
folks.
in the remake of Next of Kin.
We're doing it.
Swayze.
I'm fucking in.
That
I'm
was
Bill
sweet.
Paxton
That's a good
though.
one.
I'm Bill
Yeah,
Paxton.
yeah, Bill Paxton. Yeah,
You could be Liam Neeson. You're the oldest. Wait, I'm the fucking oldest. I'll be Liam Neeson.
figure it out. We'll
Oh
figure it out.
man.
No, go ahead. You can really answer. Marco's here. Look at this. There's
Look
my
who it
guy. Dude, Phillies tonight. We're doing it again.
Are you subscribed to Name Drop? Come back here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You should ask her.
You
I
can't
am.
take pictures unless you subscribe to Name Drop.
He's the best. He's,
Yeah.
oh, for sure. He's an actor too.
All right.
No, what would your serious role be?
Yeah.
Because I have an answer to this too.
I'm gonna let you go first. Then.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now. This is the end of TV as we know it. I would love to be on a sitcom, a successful sitcom with an ensemble. I'd love to be fifth on the call sheet and only have
I
about
told you I already wrote that part for you.
3 lines or, very minimal work.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy that has the catchphrase like Kramer. Like every episode I just come in and I go, there's the slacks.
I told you I wrote the
I'm going to
perfect
Chili's.
role for him. I already wrote the role for you.
I want
We
it.
just have
Let's do
to.
it.
We just
see
have
it.
to. Yeah, I got it.
Make it
I wrote
happen.
the whole
Yeah,
thing.
like I'm old now. I don't want to be the star anymore. I'm like,
Fifth on the
done.
call
I
sheet.
just want to get the checks. What did the great Bill Murray say? You want to be rich and famous? Try rich first.
Name drop. There
Go
you
ahead,
go.
go ahead,
Name
go
drop.
ahead, go ahead, say it.
You know,
Yeah.
I need to give that more thought, I guess. But I do think it would be. I would love to play. Superhero movies are big right
Okay.
now. I think it would be very fun to be a villain. Those guys always seem to have the most fun. I think that would be. And
It's a nice paycheck.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a little mild mannered. So part of acting, what's fun is you get to be different things that are maybe not who you actually are. And I think being a villain would be.
It'd be fun.
Like a villain, like even like a Die Hard, like those kind of villain, like
Hans?
Those guys have the most.
Nakatomi Tower. I saw it when I flew in.
That's unreal, right?
He texted me. I go, when you land, and he goes, I just flew over Nakatomi Tower. So
How fucking great is
we
that?
should
Dude?
have the other 15 minutes. But
Well,
All right,
that
right,
seems like
right
the most
now,
fun.
if you could be on right now, it's very minute, not forever. If you could be on one show right now, like cast today, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a hard question.
Mine's pretty easy.
I would have to say, I'd have to say Yellowstone.
Oh, I can see
Dude,
that.
Ian Bohm.
I can
Ian
see
Bohm.
that.
You met him.
I would,
Plays
yeah.
Flying Ryan.
Yeah.
Great
I
actor.
would,
I can see that.
That's a good call, dude.
That
Because
is a good
even
call.
that kind of plays into how I'd answered. It's like those guys are all kind of like villains in a way. Everybody's kind of nobody's all right.
So I really
Nobody's
like
all
that
good, all
show,
bad,
but
like-
like, how is there so much murder happening in that town? Like, that's what I can't get over on that show. You're like, how is
Wouldn't
the
somebody
entire
say,
town
"Hey, wait
not
a minute."
dead at
Yeah.
this point? You know what I mean? Like,
That's
I
martial.
really
it's
like it, but like,
it's
everyone's
martial
murdered.
law. Martial law.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I can't
Yeah,
get
They
over
got
it.
badges.
I can't
Dude,
get over
I
it.
give
Their
you
own little
mine right
world out
now.
there.
Right now, I would die to be on it. Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry
Well,
David.
yeah.
Elliot just got
Brock
me
just
on that.
started
He
watching
said
it.
I'm Larry David. I
Yeah.
thought I'm
Are
Larry
you
David.
Definitely
He
Larry
is,
David.
'cause
me.
he's always
It
always
is.
dealing with just like
Yeah, I always had that look.
always gets just like
I really should have that.
Do you
on
guys
the
run
table.
lines together ever?
Oh,
Call
yeah.
you?
what was that?
Do you run lines together? Zoom
Well,
calls?
we run lines from other movies.
I knew
It's
that
Okay.
was coming.
That's we
movie
just
quotes
speak
all
in movie
day.
quotes, just
Yeah.
back and forth.
Our whole
like, I
life
mean,
that's been
which it
most-
did.
most
Your
of our
whole family
conversations
does it,
are-
right. You guys
Well,
all
but
do.
it was our dad. It was
Oh,
our
yeah.
dad. I mean, he would do the impressions. He'd do the impressions of singers on the radio in
Really?
the car. But we would watch. I remember him still having the magazine where he'd order VHS tapes and stuff that you didn't get to watch on TV. He'd order the tapes and we'd watch these things. I mean, including everything that we love.
we were the
What was,
family
like,
that
the
was known
family
as
movie?
having all the movies.
Okay.
Our friends would come over to our house because we had every movie on VHS and then DVDs, the whole 9 yards. So
I don't know if we had a particular one,
There
but
was
I know
never,
like
like, the
Jaws was
one-
huge.
okay.
I mean,
Nah,
we
it's a
watched that,
masterpiece.
and it was like,
these
we
guys,
watched it when
my,
we were
my
6
two
years
older
old.
brothers,
Like,
Blake
then I
and
went
Brock here,
swimming
they used to go nuts because I would watch Jaws and Grease every day after school. It was one or the other, and I would just put them on loop. And they, so those
like this
ruined.
again. We're doing this.
Wouldn't it be
Those
great
movies
if
are
Jaws
almost ruined.
talked like Grease? Like,
I
hey,
agree.
yo, I'm gonna eat you up. I'm gonna mash you up.
Grease 3.
You have to pitch that. You have to pitch
Yeah.
that.
I've been swimming
Grease
all day. I woke up
3D.
with appetite. Hey.
Just like,
I got a little dice in there. I got a little dice in there.
Oh,
Hey, Jack and
Yeah.
Jill, I'm gonna chew you up.
it's gonna be dice. Yeah, Jaws is dice.
But that's a
Oh.
masterpiece.
But we have so many that I just love. I mean, Back to the Future was huge for us.
Yeah.
We used to watch
yeah.
Billy Jack. I feel like that's something people
Billy
don't watch.
Jack. I don't know
Oh, yeah,
that.
Billy Jack.
It's a TV show.
Billy
I didn't
Jack.
know that.
Movie. He had several movies, but
Who
He
started?
was like
Who started
Walker, Texas Ranger.
it was like
Oh,
Walker, Texas
okay,
Ranger.
okay.
Cowboy hat kicking everything.
He was a Cherokee Indian, but like it was modern times and just yeah.
It was a show or a movie?
It's a movie. There's
Movie.
a bunch
Okay.
of them. It's like a 7.
But we'd have these,
I love
yeah, we'd
that.
have these obscure movies that I feel like other people would get to watch, and I
Dude.
still love them.
So you guys were like the entertainment house growing up.
100%. I mean, you'd be sick by the amount of VHSs we had. Like,
Oh
now
my
you
God.
know, like, what do you do?
They
with
take
them?
up so
But
much
it's like-
space.
Does
Like,
your
what
mom
is-
still have them?
We
still
have a
have
lot.
them,
We have
yeah.
quite a few, yeah.
How many
Yeah.
kids are in your family?
3 of us.
3 brothers?
Older brother, oldest brother
You
Blake.
put the TV, you
Name
put the
drop.
movies in.
Name drop. Hey,
Yeah.
Blake.
The boys
Where's
just
he
hang out
at?
and chill out, stay out of trouble.
In Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what show that I'm obsessed with right now? That I've gotten into it? Columbo.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Listen to me. I'm telling you, he's got the
It's the
fucking glass
dad.
eye.
It's
Oh,
We gotta
Dude.
he's got to do the
Is that an
expression.
ass? Is that real?
no, it's real. He
That's
has
real.
a real glass eye. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. There's a couple things. First of all, they never introduced the lead character, Peter Falk, until Act 2. They show you the murder happen.
That's true.
And then the whole Act 2 and 3, it's him knowing that you did it, and then the guys hanging themselves. Now you got this tiny little guy, Lieutenant Columbo. They never give you his first name. They never give you his wife, right? And it's just the greatest thing ever because he gets. First of all, the villains are all gorgeous, like tall, handsome man, and you got this little guy go. You know, I'm sorry, Mr. Miller, for taking up your time.
Yeah, he
Uh,
does always do that.
You know,
Taking up the
thank you
time.
very much, sir.
I don't mean to be about it.
One more thing.
Yes.
You know, if you find a dead body on your front lawn, you wouldn't think to open up your mail. And I couldn't help but notice you opened your mail. I'm fucking Columbo. Take that, Joel Silver.
So
I'll
that's your
redo
actual.
Columbo.
That's your actual dream job.
That is your dream job.
Reboot.
Columbo.
Yeah.
Reboot.
Yes.
And you know what? I need a sidekick, and it's this guy.
I'm in.
Yeah.
He would.
I love the.
Wait, he-
One more thing.
I don't want to bother you.
Columbo 2022. His Barney's is like the home.
Oh yeah. Jim
Yeah.
Burton.
I love it.
Jim Burton's a
They're a
villain.
little
We're writing the show right here.
He's always the villain. The
Oh my
mastermind.
Just sitting in there.
Then there's
Jesus,
Roy.
we're fucking off page
Yeah,
right
what
now.
the
We're
hell?
flying. No, it's unbelievable, dude. And I watched him from the 70s, and then they got rebooted in the 90s. He used to always say that he couldn't sleep well, and he always had a fucking hard-boiled egg and a cigar. Like, he's the grossest man of all time. Like, just
But he
think
was
about that.
married.
But he wasn't.
Wait,
You never saw his wife. They showed his apartment once. There's no wife. His apartment was like as big as this place. You know what I mean? He's like, Lieutenant Columbo. How could you possibly think this? Well, this is my apartment. I gave you the wrong address. The only person who had the address was you. You came in. You hugged the jewels under the bed. So, cuff him, boys. And
Yeah.
here's the other thing. He never fought. There was never any
Right.
conflict or ever. One time a woman drew a gun on him, and he's like, "Ma'am, you don't want to do that." You don't want to do that.
Jedi mind
We
trick.
got yeah, we got a lot of police outside. I understand, ma'am. I understand you're frustrated.
That's real acting. That's
understand
real
you're
acting
frustrated.
skill. You don't need the guns. You don't need the punching, the
Oh.
violence. You just
Just uses his words.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I found it one night, and I have them DVR'd, and they're like sacred to me. Like I treat myself.
You have a DVR?
Yeah, I'm old. I'm old as fucking dishwater and dust.
It happens.
I still miss though that when we were kids, somebody would go out and like make some more popcorn or grab a Mountain Dew or whatever, and you'd be like, "It's coming back on!"
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
and you run back and jump over the
Like, go,
couch
go, go.
because if you missed it, who
That was
knows?
it.
if you'll See it
What
again.
did I miss?
I know that's a difference too. I mean,
Total
back in the day,
different
everything's on
times.
YouTube. Dude, the kids of today, they get everything when they want it.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Well,
Instant.
well,
Instant gratification.
So I think we've covered everything, right?
So still winning?
Is there anything
So
else?
oh
good.
yeah, yeah.
Gophers?
happy.
Gophers are good.
Wait, one
Need to
thing.
make
Closing
W
arguments?
now.
As an actor,
Closing argument.
we need to hear. We were talking. What is the Ohio accent, and can you
Oh, yeah.
give it to us?
See, this is what I don't understand. You know, I guess it's like anybody with an accent, but they tell me I hold my vowels too long.
Okay,
Everybody grills me, so
like long.
water. They say I say like water.
But that's kind of like
Water.
water.
Philly. Hey, close the
don't
window.
know what
Playing
that
the
is.
piano.
It's not
on
like
Tuesday.
Minnesota.
Philly.
Like how-
Oh gosh, no. Oh gosh, no.
Yeah, see, like you guys have a thing, but like I have people all the time
But
out
that's-
here, just in LA. I've lived a lot of places. Just in LA, people will be like, "Wait, where are you from?" It's like, "Yeah, you said that weird." I'm like, "Water?" They're like, "Yeah, you held the A too long." I'm like,
Okay, so
Okay,
that's the
fine.
Ohio accent.
I guess it is.
Try it out.
Philadelphia is all O's and vowels. I mean, you heard Juicy Don Ingram yesterday. He's like, "We're gonna fuck those fucking Astros up."
John. John.
Yeah, fucking Phillies.
That's
can
an
fucking
accent.
do
That's
it.
good.
That's
That-
Philadelphia. It's just like Philadelphia. Like Philadelphia accent sounds like you have two tongues. It's like Philadelphia, like you have a fucking sweat sock in your mouth. You fucking big fucking tongue. I mean, I worked so hard to lose it. Hey, Ryan Phillippe is the best Philly accent yet. to
Is
this
he
day.
really? Is he really?
And he said he took classes to lose it.
He's been acting since he was like.
Yeah, but when he turned it on,
Teenager.
it put me in a coughing fit. It was so good.
Oh my god, I need to hear it.
Yeah, we're gonna get him
Oh,
cooking.
wait, I
We
need
gotta
to
get
hear it. I need to hear
we
it.
gotta get cooking. All right. Well, listen, Michigan today, boys. I'm laying the lumber. I'm laying the lumber. I think Michigan comes out, beats this team 45-10. I'm giving you the fucking score.
Jesus.
This is an absolute smashing because we got Brock, I want to rock, in town vacationing.
I was
I
gonna
hope-
say 41,
hope so.
13. So right there with you.
All right, there we go. In closing, how's the rosé here? 24 karat. We love it.
Delicious.
It's delicious. I'm going to pour myself some. I'm going to drink about 98 Miller Lights before the Phillies game.
I'm hoping tonight we spray a bunch of this all over.
Oh, yeah. I'm,
Maybe
God,
it's everywhere.
I'm greasing poles, man. I'm greasing,
Greasing
I'm
poles.
greasing your poles,
He's
boys.
gonna be in that fountain later
He's
today.
really
gotta
Have
throw
you ever
everything
been
they
in
got
that
out.
fountain? Like, have you ever wound up in that
Yep.
fountain?
Nick Swartz
you?
and I. Yep.
Just-
Yep.
Swartzen.
We have relay racing
Name
that
drop.
pool. Relay racing that pool. He won. Dead heat. Dead
You
heat.
did a relay race
Yep.
in that.
He won. Dead heat.
I just missed that.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
I will say I don't usually get jealous of my brother Elliott, but when he told me he's hanging out with Nick Swartzen, and especially when he went down to San Diego with Norm
Oh, yeah.
Macdonald and Colin Quinn,
Yeah.
I was like, you got to be kidding me. And also when you told me Mel Gibson may come to Vegas,
Did he?
I had a
This guy-
ticket
this
lined
guy
up. I had a
knows.
ticket lined up to just leave my house. I don't remember if it's Thursday or Friday night, but I was just going to book the ticket and drive to
That's the
Detroit
only
and
way
just
to do
fly out to
Vegas.
Vegas. And he's like, I can't guarantee anything. but he may show up.
Did he?
And I'm like, it'd be worth it. Well, I didn't
We
go.
gotta
I didn't
wrap
go to
it with that
Vegas.
because Brock and I still quote Bader. Brock wasn't even there that
Yes,
night.
that was
In Vegas,
still do
Win
it.
Sportsbook. I go, oh my God, there's Gibson. He's playing blackjack over there. And Menery was there. Oh, yeah, whatever. It was me and Bob Stevenson playing video poker in the Win Sportsbook. Bader comes strolling in from wherever. And I go, hey, Gibson's over there. He goes, we got to go say hey to him. So I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm going with Bader. I found him. And he's had a few Miller lattes. And he's
Shocking.
stumbling over. I mean, he's just going right after him, and I kind of fade away, and I just stand back by a slot machine. I'm going to watch and see how this goes. Bader just goes up to him and walks away, and I see, as he's walking back to me, I see Gibson looks over his shoulder, looks at his buddies, and they all start going, I go, what'd you say to him? And he goes, I said, Mel, I got to know ya. I got to know ya. He just walked away. He did. He didn't give Mel a chance to even look at him hardly.
You didn't name drop him? You
He
just
just
like,
came
I
up,
don't know.
gave him a little
It was
shake,
too
and
much.
before Mel could even
It was
see
too
him.
much. It was Mad Max. It was Lethal Weapon.
He's giving me the play-by-play, and I'm like, what the heck does that mean?
I don't know.
I gotta know ya.
I don't know, dude.
And I can
It
just
was so
picture
funny
him with
'cause
the
you could see
beard and
Mel look at. He had like 3 or 4, whatever. They're just buddies or whatever with him, and he looks over his shoulder and he goes, "I'll start laughing." So he crushed him. He made Mel Gibson laugh. It was awesome.
I was pretty tuned up.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna
That's
stay back
rare,
and see
right?
if
No,
they-
well, if I'm on beer, it's okay. Once I start putting this stuff in here in the 22s and the 1940s
42s,
and then margaritas
42s, and Blantons,
and
and
the
the
goddamn champagne.
champs.
champagne.
That poor video that I sent that girl yesterday. Good lord.
Oh, my. Name drop.
Yeah, I was like,
Nah, this is what the
I was like,
podcast
hey,
gets
come down to Barney's and watch Phyllis to Street Along.
They're my friend too.
Oh.
Bob Stevenson. Hey, Bob Stevenson. It's going to be one of our guests.
Come on in.
Bob Stevenson.
Yeah.
Here
Would
he
you
is.
like a sip of?
Get him
Bob,
in.
Bob, when are you coming on the show?
Camera one.
We got to talk to my manager.
Okay.
He only wants the yellow
Yeah.
Skittles.
Put me in touch with your people. Cheers. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That concludes episode 3. I think. Mealer Brothers, we're going to have some fun today. Michigan, Phillies, let's do it. That's the parlay. Michigan to the Philadelphia Phillies. 2-team parlay. Take it to the bank.
Lock it.
Lock it up.
Grease the poles.
I would agree to that. Woo-wee! You like to drink? I do. I'll drink you.
Now we're yelling at the street. Everyone walking down the street.
I said too much.
Are we still rolling? Are we still rolling?
Welcome to the name
Got us
drop.
all there.
Yeah, name drop.
I gotta say, this is the way you kick off coming to LA. You
There
come
we
from the
go.
airport, you come to Barney's Beanery, do a podcast with Tim Bader. I mean, I don't know what else. If I just like wrote down Elliott, here's my wish list of my, telling a genie what I want. It's here.
I hope you're
I'm
still
living
rolling.
it.
This is amazing.
I'm living life
It's
I'm living
true.
life
Here's-
all in right here. Man,
That's going to be the sentiment of this.
Yeah.
That's
You're
going to be
lucky
the
to get,
sentiment of this
like,
whole
3
trip.
cases of
I'm
this
living
that
life
you-
balling.
'cause
Yeah.
you're
I'm going to
like
suck some of
full-on-
that back too.
full-on
Hey,
Oh,
take
wow.
a champagne glass. Hey, I want to thank AJ and Barney's Beanery too for letting us do this. Obviously, Kat, LJ, Mealer Brothers, love
Where's
you guys.
Chad?
I
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
having us on.
Chad Weiner will be back in 2 weeks. Wait a second, who's this tall drink of water? No, no. I'm Jeffrey Dahmer signing off.
Oh, Lord. No. Okay.
What is this podcast?
Name drop.
Hey. He went to OSU, by the way, Ohio State. Ohio State. He didn't graduate, but hey.
I can't watch that show because I live alone and like I'm
Oh
terrified.
no. Hey, yeah, I just flew 5 hours. $600 plane ticket. No big deal.
Bourbon and Miller Lite sound.
This was I